Cadaveric donation comprises organ donation, that is, taking organs like heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, pancreas, etc. from brain dead people, as well as tissue donation, meaning taking tissues like skin, corneas, tendon, bones, etc. from brain dead as well as heart dead people.
For elaborating the session in detail, we would like to invite Dr. Dhananjay Agrawal, Professor and Head, Nephrology Department, SMS Medical College, Jaipur, and President, NMO, Rajasthan.
Firstly, I want to give the thanks to the organizers giving the opportunity to speak. A topic of my interest is cadaveric transplantation. I am working in the nephrology department from around 39 years, and my first focus is in preventive nephrology, secondly economic kidney transplantation. For this, I am working from last 35 years that transplantation, whenever it is there, it should be almost free to all the persons who are donating the kidney. Now, the things we are focusing on the cadaveric transplantation because most of the places in the world, the cadaveric transplantation is number one compared to the living transplantation. Cadaveric transplantation, also known as a disease organ donation, is a medical procedure in which the organs are removed from the diseased individual and transplanted into the living individual. The organs are typically removed from the individual who has been declared brain dead but still having the other organ are functioning. The organ transplantation is the best modality for the kidney transplantation and the cadaveric transplantation is an essential component of this system and has saved the life of lot of persons. Now, what is the need of the cadaveric transplantation? Roughly around 5 lakh people are dying annually in India due to the lack of the organ donors, but with the less than 1 million persons are donating their kidney, the organ donation rate in the country is the lowest throughout the world. Organ transplantation is a life-saving procedure that has revolutionized the medical care. In United States, we can see that 33,000 organ transplantation was done in 2020, and of which 80% were from the cadavers. So that means to say most of the transplantations were from the disease donors, and like in India 15,000 transplantation was done, and of which 82% were from the living person. So we have to fill up the gap of from 18% to the 80% or maybe more than 80% in some countries. Some countries have the cadaveric transplantation around 90%, and they have this rules that anybody who dies, that is the right of the government is there for the organs. So these are the few clips of the newspapers which indicate that there is a lot of scarcity of the organs is there, and awareness in the society is necessary to increase the cadaveric transplantation throughout the country. But ultimately, why it is not increased in India? There are few hurdles in cadaveric transplantation. One is socio-economic status, because transplantation is considered as a very expensive procedure. But in few states, transplantation is free to all the persons. In Ayushman Bharat also, Government of India gives lot of money to for the kidney transplantation. Even that it should be available to all of the government hospitals and lot of the private hospitals. The transplantation should be made available to all these. So because transplantation it is an expensive process, and government is giving the ad for the free dialysis, free medicine, and whole procedure is free. In Rajasthan also, a person gets 5.5 lakh rupees for kidney transplantation and lifelong free medicine. That should be there in whole of the country, and whosoever donate the kidney, they should not have to spend the money for transplantation. Secondly, the cultural and religious aspect, there is a belief that whoever donate the kidney, they will born with the missing organ, or tampering the body will not free the needed relative. This can be overcome by widespread involvement of the religious leader in organ donation drive being conducted by government or non-government organization. So it is not only the government, all the persons should involve in this increasing the cadaveric transplantation. Timely and proper communication to the family members, because whenever the potential donor is there, that should be identified as early as possible, and that it should be communicated to the appropriate team. Then organizational support, the whole team should be available throughout the day and night. Whenever the brain dead persons come, the organ should be retrieval as early as possible. So what is the basic principle for the cadaveric organ retrieval system? Now basic principle how the cadaveric organ transplantation is done. Firstly, identifying the potential donors, early confirmation of brain dead. Then after that, consent from the family members is to be taken. Then prompt notification to the retrieval teams to retrieve the organs. And in Rajasthan also, almost all medical colleges are considered as a retrieval center. From there, the kidneys can be transported to the transplant centers. So, then careful, intensive management of the donors till the organs are retrieved from these patients, and rapid retrieval of the organ. Then, who can be a disease donor? There are two types of the cadaveric transplantation. One is the brain dead transplantation, and second is the donation after the cardiac death. Most of the sites we are doing the transplantation from the brain dead person. In the limited scenario, the donation after the cardiac death is possible, but that is in planned setting. Whenever the patient comes for the resuscitation, if he dies, the organ can be retrieved from there. Then, for how it can be managed properly, when it is that identification of the patient in the deep coma. After that, reversible causes of the coma should be ruled out, like drug intoxication, hypothermia, and electrolyte abnormality, which can reversible causes, because we should be assured that patient is 100% brain dead, then only organ can be retrieved. Then legal and clinical diagnosis of the brain death. If patient is that body is eligible for this, then consider eligible for the organ donation. If it is there, it should be referred to the appropriate team. As a being a nephrologist, I concentrate more on the kidney transplantation. Who can donate the kidney? By and large, there are two types of the criteria. Standard donor criteria, where the kidneys of that disease person should be normal. Hypertension is prior to this brain death should be controlled with minimum drugs. Diabetes mellitus with no evidences of the renal involvement. There should not be any malignancy. No generalized viral or bacterial infection. By and large, person should be negative for hepatitis B, C, and HIV. But in limited conditions, now we have started doing the transplantation from hepatitis B and C. Those persons who are positive for hepatitis C, we prefer to have the transplantation from C to C and B to B. We assess the load, and because a lot of waiting lists are there, and after giving proper consent, we can transplant the hepatitis B patient donor to the hepatitis B recipient.
2 more minutes for you.
So there are certain extended criteria because of the non-availability of the organs. Donor with less than 6 years of the age, both the kidneys can be retrieved and transplanted to one person. So in pediatric age group, both the kidney unitedly can function in the next person. Donors with the age of more than 60 years, donors with the age of 51 to 59 years with a certain abnormal condition. After identification of these things, the apnea test is done, which involves a certain procedure, which involves after positive apnea test that indicates patient is having brain death. And then after that, it should be informed to the regional NOTO or SOTO, so that ultimate procedure can be done. So that after retrieval the organs, it can be transported to other centers. Suppose in SMS hospital, usually we do the kidney transplantation at local sites, and liver or other organ is being transported to the other part of the country. And after this, organ is recipient and transplantation is performed, so that it gives a sense of security in family members also. In spite of the death, the organs are live and they are working to in another person's, and they are sometimes they are happy also. So conclusion is that cadaveric transplantation is a critical medical procedure that saves the lives of the many persons. Despite the challenges associated with this, the form of the transplantation will continue to offer the hope and the new opportunity for the patient with organ failure, and there is a lot of waiting list is there. We should work together for the increasing the cadaveric transplantation throughout the country, which is a primary modality of the treatment in organ failure in other part of the world. Thank you.
Thank you.